picture.
That's it. So we have Eddie, and he's going to teach us how to set up a ukulele neck and bridge and nut, and explain how we do that today. So good afternoon, Eddie. Can you tell us what we need to do?
Right, first off, the action on the bridge. You have to work out string length, what you want. Books will tell you that it's exactly same distance from the nut to the bridge as it is from bridge from the
12th fret.
12th fret to the bridge. That's not exactly true. What you have to put is compensation length for the distance between the 12th fret and the string. Wants to be that little bit longer, but you can work all that out by the tuner.
Yeah.
So right, what other bit do we need to put down on here now?
We want to know about our neck angle in relation to the bridge height.
Okay, we've got what you have to work out is if you're better off having a bridge 10-12 milli high. I know people always say I've got a 10 or a 12 inch bridge on, but it actually reads out at a milli less because you've got to cut slots in it.
Right.
So it's 1 milli less. So what you've got to do is work out how high you want your bridge, and then with a rule, then you can work the angle out. You've got to cut the heel. Usually, if it's low, I've took about 1 millimetre off this back edge.
Right, and where do you go all the way off the back edge, all the way to the...
Right to where the cutout is the vellum to drop down.
Yeah.
From there, that's the pinpoint. Take it to about 1 milli off the edge of the original cutout, the neck. Scribe a line on that. Same on the other side. And then you want to, which I made, a jig that's angled, a flat plate, hinge, and another one above it, and you can move it up and down, angle it, and then you have a bobbin sander in your drill. Put your neck onto that, and you set your angle up with a sliding bevel, what you want it at. Hold that onto the angle bit against the straight edge. Right, and that determines what your angle is. You can check it again with sliding bevel from the front edge of your neck down this angle here, down there. And then if you follow the bobbin sander from that side on the line to this side on the line, it'll come out spot on. Right. If you're not club handle like. But usually you find a lot of people that's got ukuleles, they're pretty good anyway, like yourself, you know.
That's very kind, Edward. Can you tell us how you're cutting your slots in your bridge and your nut?
Right,
and what's the sort of height you want between your string and your fret?
To set a nut, if you just roughly cut it to the width that you want, and I've got one of I think I've got it on eBay. It's a 4-pronged like cantilever thing that when you push it and pull it, the prongs open out. So you can set set your outside tool, and then the rest one, follow in to
and how does that relate to the kind of distance between the strings at this end?
After that, once you've got that width there, put your bridge on underneath it, and then get your strings to form more or less a straight line down the side, same width all the way down it,
and that sets this,
and that sets the width there. If it's a massively wide one, but usually if you follow the bridges that you get from former shop, if you follow them gaps in between, that's nearly a good width for most ukuleles. You could really copy that one again. But after that, your height for what you cut your slots in at the note, if you hold the 3rd fret down like that, check you need a very slight hairline gap
Piece of
underneath
paper,
that. Yeah,
sort of.
underneath on the first fret.
Yeah.
Don't cut it so that the string touches it. It wants, just wants to be you can see it, you can see light through it.
Right. And that's
all the way across, and that'll be set up spot on that.
Right.
On there. But everything else then falls into line with the 1 milli cut in you with, and I use nut slot files.
Right.
Which I've had for, guitar repairs and things like that.
And I presume that these are slightly different. Obviously, is this one a bigger slot than the?
On the strings that I use now, the outside two are 0.6 millimetre.
Yeah.
And the inside two are 0.7.
Right. And that's the size of the slots that you'll cut.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people, they've been in fact asking on Facebook, what's a good gauge string? But I think that is excellent because it's more or less in line with old piccato strings and the old black galley strings.
Yeah.
But they put a thicker third on.
Yeah.
And I think they spoil the gauges altogether. And it means that's thicker and it just don't feel comfortable.
No.
But if you keep them to that.
So are you using this one and this one a 0.7 then?
Yeah.
And then these out to a 0.6?
0.6, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what I use now is fishing line.
Yeah.
Which is excellent. I mean, you know yourself.
Yeah.
Same gauges.
Fantastic, yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, you can veer off of that if you get some instruments will probably take it nicely.
Yeah.
But you find that you might want to put something on a bit thicker. But the thing is, it's your own search, Even if somebody else tells you to try that, you might not like it.
Yeah, it's a personal thing.
It's your thing, this.
Yeah.
And I've just found that 0.6 and 0.7 is ideal for what I feel. And up to now, a lot of people have gone along with it, and said, right, that's it.
And a little question here as well. See this tailpiece?
Yeah.
Now my tailpiece is slightly touching on the vellum there. Does that need to touch?
No, it should just be a bit above it.
So what I probably need to do then is put another little spacer or a washer.
Spacer in there.
Yeah, just to bring it up, so it's off the vellum.
Just to lift it.
Yeah.
There's a little washer in there now.
You can see it, yeah.
But if you get a couple of thin shim washers, just put them in so it just lifts it.
Yeah.
You don't want to be massively high.
No, because then you want that nice tight angle.
You want to keep that angle there tight as you can get it.
Yeah.
On there. But looking at everything there, that's a nice instrument. That.
Who made that one, Eddie? Who did it up?
Well, I did this one up, but it is an old Slingerland, isn't it?
Yeah.
And at the time that this was done, I had a few of these in stock, and I just thought, I've never seen a black one. And I always remember when I used to be doing guitars, people used to go mad on black.
Yeah.
And it looks good on stage. It does. Especially if you've got nice white vellum, a bit of sparkly nickel plate in here.
Yeah.
And then I know you don't see much of this back bit.
And that's your back, isn't it, that then?
Yeah, that's the one I made for it, yeah.
And some of these come with backs and some come without backs.
The old Slingerlands didn't have backs on. Unless it were one of them wrap around the next model up. Wrap around the resonator on.
Yeah.
But I like these, I think they're lovely.
Yeah.
Nice stage guitars, these. Easy to handle.
Yeah.
Obviously, this one is a little bit heavier than most, the Slingerland, because it's got a right heavy pot on it, which it contributes to that,
Yeah. And 16 tension hooks as well, that obviously adds to a bit of the weight as well.
Yeah, and lovely. The good thing about it, you can still buy these hooks.
Oh, can you?
And the nuts. And then
who are they made by them then?
These, I think it's...
Sir Eddie, how are you?
All right.
I've never seen one before.
What do they call it? Leader.
Leader.
Yeah,
right.
The leader, I think they call them. And they do have the old 826 thread nut on, which a lot of people think should not be, because they're hard to get.
Yeah.
You can't buy... If you want to buy a tap or a die to do that, you nearly have to have them made.
Yeah.
And it's probably £100 each, or for a tap or a die.
Right.
So you can quite readily get metric thread, and a metric note, which you can then buy a metric tap and a metric die to suit it.
Yeah.
But you can't buy the old 826 thread. But I mean, a lot of these things you can get them from Stuart McDonald's.
Yeah, Stu Mark.
Yeah.
And I presume they've got the nice thick here, so they're not bending, are they?
The flat, I love the flat hooks. I think they're great. And these bezels, that also contributes to a good sound.
Yeah.
And on this particular banjo, this has got a right heavy tone ring on it.
Yeah.
Which is another thing, but it can be a little bit of a swine when you come to put a new vellum on. Have you done this one yet?
No, I've not done it. So trying to pull it through.
You've just got to balance it and make sure it's, everything's coming up.
Yeah.
And leave your bezel stuck up about 3 mil above. Let it dry off and then tweak it back down.
Let it dry off first.
But as I say, that's about as much as it is with setup. And then, I mean, if you want to check your intonation and everything after, open tune it, play your 12th note.
And you don't check it your third, because you're really not generally playing this far up, are you? So
if you go further up the fret, there's no response to sound at all on a lot of tuners. Usually, now you mentioned that's what I do is test third fret
make
out.
sure it's
like if it's in D, that note will be D. If it's C, G, C, A, that'll be C.
Yeah.
And if you get that in, once you've got that, just put a little pencil line at back at bridge.
In case it falls down or you knock it off.
Because, I mean, when you're playing, as you're going, and they start doing these fast strokes that they're doing for me, there's every chance you could just knock your bridge a bit and just make sure that it's bang in.
Yeah.
And we've cracked it then.
That's fantastic.
There
so, Mr. Eddie Uttley, the one and only, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.